She's been described by some of her CFL co-workers as a Grey Cup rock star. When it comes to Canada's biggest yearly football event, she is the overseer of details large and small. The job is sometimes glamorous, such as when she travels to world-class sporting events in search of ideas, welcomes players into the CFL Awards Gala or deals with the Prime Minister's office to secure his presence at the big game. Other times, the job is gritty, such as packing a U-Haul truck with everything from footballs to banners and computers, and then driving to Ottawa days before most staffers would arrive. On the eve of the 105th rendition of Canada's favourite football game, Klein Sagan, 31 and Grey Cup director, is in charge of it all. She spent her year planning the CFL's championship event and the party-filled festival that surrounds it. Story continues below advertisement. Since joining the CFL's Toronto office fresh out of university as an intern in 2009, Sagan has been immersed in the planning of several Grey Cups and quickly climbed the ranks from event coordinator to this position, which the CFL created last fall. "I think Grey Cup 12 months a year, so it's funny when people ask me what I do in the off-season," Sagan said. "What's an off-season? We have the planning for at least 2 Grey Cups going on all times. As soon as this one in Ottawa is done, we continue on with the plans we have going for Edmonton in 2018. I've already done 7 site visits in Edmonton." The league created the job to add cohesion between the planning of the Grey Cup by the CFL and the Grey Cup Festival by the local committee. There was a need for someone to oversee the dozens of different departments involved and bring a uniform look, feel and polish to it all. There was talk about going outside to hire for this position, but it quickly became obvious that she was a natural choice, said Curtis Emerson, Director of Events and Production at the CFL. "It's a huge job, having to oversee so many different groups and deal with team presidents and local organizing committees who have ideas about the way things have always been done or should be done. She offers fresh perspectives, and she's passionate. I tell her all the time, you're going to be the first female commissioner of the CFL." Sagan grew up in Elliott Lake, Ontario, a town of some 10,000 people north of Lake Huron, between Sudbury and Sault Ste. Marie. "People ask me if I grew up loving the CFL," Sagan said. "Well, not exactly. The only sporting events I ever went to as a kid were my brother's baseball games or, if I was lucky, maybe a Sudbury Wolves game. But I still grew up loving sports." Story continues below advertisement. Story continues below advertisement. She played high school basketball and then went to Laurentian University to study sports administration before landing the internship with the CFL. She left from December 2010 to work with the Hamilton Tiger Cats and then in sports sponsorships for S&E Sponsorship Group before Emerson had the chance to hire her back to the CFL. She's worked on every Grey Cup since.